In order to communicate on the network, each device needs an IP address. The IP address will allow the device, whether it's a computer, a server, a printer, to reach other devices and be reached by other devices. There is two methods to assign an IP address to a device, manually and dynamically. You can assign manually an IP address if you have a few devices on your network. And by few, I mean less than 10. More than that, it becomes difficult to do that manually. You can have hundreds, even thousands of devices on your network. For those, we need to use a DHCP server. A DHCP server is a network management protocol that assigns IP addresses for the devices who request it. The acronym DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. How does a DHCP server work? A DHCP server operates based on the client-server model. When a device, here the client, is first connected to the network, it broadcasts a request to all devices present on the network, asking if there is a DHCP server. If a DHCP server exists, it will reply to the client by offering him an IP address. The client then will request the IP address from the DHCP server. Finally, the DHCP server assigns the client with the IP address. The four steps we just described are often abbreviated as DORA for discovery, offer, request, acknowledge. In conclusion, every device on your network needs an IP address in order to communicate with the other devices. You can assign this IP address manually or dynamically by a DHCP server. Using the manual assignment is not practical in large networks. It's a lot of work and maintenance. You have to keep track of each device IP so that you will not assign the same to another device. With the DHCP server, however, the task is easier. You just have to set the IP range you want to use on your network, and the DHCP server will do the job for you, making sure to assign each device a unique IP address.